welcome to the BWIO Show. Today I am with Soprano Vuvu Mpofu, and I'm so excited to have you here today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. So can you tell us a little
Thank
bit
you.
about your journey in opera and like what was the moment that you fell in love with the art and how it has, helped you so far?
Well, I always loved music since I was young. And I got introduced to opera when I was in high school. During that time, I was part of the choir in high school. And so the minute I heard someone singing something foreign, for me, it was very interesting. So I decided right there and then that I wanted to know more about this amazing, music and this strange language, And so from there on, I started research, and then I actually ended up going to study music. And so it's been, a roller coaster ride. And I mean, I've been enjoying it since hearing La Traviata, which was the one thing that actually, stuck, in my heart, and I fell in love with opera. So I studied opera, and then after that, everything started happening. Started joining competitions, and then everything started. So yeah, that's
That's
where
amazing.
everything started. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like me too, because high school was the time that I was like, okay, I can do this. I like this. And I love La Traviata. That was me on YouTube every
Yes, it's
day.
beautiful. Yes, it's beautiful. It's beautiful music.
It's such an
It's
amazing
beautiful music.
introduction to opera because that's a good one to start off with.
Yeah, yeah,
So you're
true.
like an amazing Gilda, like you are that girl when it comes to that role. What what really
Well,
draws you
thank
to that
you.
character? And how do you make her your
Um,
own?
for me, I mean, in everything, like everything that I do, like every role that I prepare for, I try to find something that relates to me and my story and my life, and from there on, I find similarities maybe, and then from there on, I just, make the role my own,
Mhm.
as if I lived in that time, and actually ask myself what would I have done, or how would I have reacted, or something like that. And then and then I end up, and end up bringing more of myself to the character as well. So and then Gilda is the same as is that process, when I learned it. And also I love Verity. Verity for me is like wrote amazing music, beautiful music. So so I love the composer, and so yeah, I love the innocence of Gilda,
Mhm.
the playfulness, and also the I relate to the tragedy as well, for me the role is just beautiful, and it relates a lot with myself.
So tell me about the first time singing like Caro Nome. Like, how did you manage to just like mirror that innocence while you're trying to, sing such, a difficult, aria?
At the time, because I started learning Gilda when I was at university. So I had Kamal Khan as a teacher then. Well, he was our professor, and so he helped me a lot with actually getting in like connecting with the character, and also with the aria as well. So because I of course there are like lots of high notes, and also you have to, the purity of the music is also, he helped me a lot with that. And yeah, for me it was actually fun learning the area. um you know because at that time I was young, so I could relate to some of the things, young love and everything,
Right.
so so it was quite easy for me to actually reflect on that, so I had loads of fun learning it. So, yeah.
That's amazing. So now you're like an international superstar. You are.
uh, well, I wouldn't call myself that, but okay.
You are to me. And you were supposed to be coming to DC, and I was so excited about that.
Oh, me too. Me too. I was, yeah. But
Of
anyway,
course,
yeah.
COVID happened.
But of course, yeah.
So how did you build yourself up like in your confidence and like believing in your own talent and your own abilities?
To tell you the truth, I was always I was always the one who was never confident, like about my abilities. Because when I started at university, I was never the person that people would think that would make it in a way.
Wow.
Um, uh, so, but I think for me, it started at 2015 when I actually sang Traviata. When everything just because I said I could connect with the music also, and it was actually the first opera that I watched, and so I had lots of history with the role and with the music. So I guess something in me just bloomed or blossomed or whatever. So people started noticing, So, and I was like, okay, that means I can sing, Okay, so people are starting to notice. And then after that, when people, come to you and say, oh, that was beautiful, that was you made me cry, and it actually helps us as young singers, because you get the confidence from that, from knowing that you actually touching people's lives or souls or whatever. And and also I have a lot of support system from my teachers at school, my mentors, my family. So with all of that, coming in, so it builds my confidence, and also of course learning from the mistakes that you do, like obviously, because we're not perfect, when you sing something and then you mess up. It's life, it's part of life, because everything that when you perform live, so you don't get correct things, you stop, I want to do it again, so you can't do that. So you have to go back, listen to yourself and go back and say, okay, that I didn't do that well, so okay, the next time I'll try and do it better, And also for me, I love criticisms, because they help, they help you grow. So I love when a person says, okay, that was wrong, try and improve. So for me, it that helps me build, my confidence, and to be able to be free on stage also. And that's
I love that because my mom, that's her favorite thing to say. You have to be in love with the criticism. I'm just like, that is a
yes.
hard thing to do
That's
because in
true.
this art
Yeah,
form, that's all you're
yeah,
gonna
it
get.
is hard, it is hard. I mean, sometimes those criticisms, they sting, but but
Yeah.
after that you have to sit down and say, okay, let me see if what they're saying, it was true or not, so yeah.
Yeah, it's something else. But yeah, it's helpful to take what you need and the things that you don't need or
Yeah,
the things you don't understand at the time, just
exactly,
save them in the bank for later.
exactly,
And I
exactly.
like when you talk about like the building the confidence and not believing in your talent. I know that so many artists can relate to that experience. Like me personally,
Yeah,
I was definitely not the girl in
yeah,
college and in school where they were like picking to do solos and stuff like that. So
yeah,
that hits you
yeah,
really
yeah.
hard. But to see that you had so
It
much faith
does.
and you kept
Yeah.
going, and
Yeah.
look at where your
Yeah.
career is now because you just kept
Yeah.
going. And that belief in
Yes.
self
Mm.
is so
And yeah,
hopeful.
and also it's also, having knowing, loving you, knowing that you have the passion. You have to have the passion for singing, for music, because if you don't, then you won't be able to take all the those, well, what we say, the criticisms, or the not having confidence enough, and not believing in yourself enough, because even if I didn't, like, but back then when I didn't believe in myself, I kept on saying, but I love music.
Mhm.
This completes me, so I just did it because I loved music. And then later on, the fruit, it bore fruit. So yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's amazing. That's so beautiful. That is like
Thank
should be on
you.
your website. I love music, and I just kept going because of that love. So how are you staying motivated
Yeah.
during this quarantine time? What's keeping you busy?
Well, I was right now I'm in Cape Town. So I'm alone. But before that I was at home with my family. So there were 12 other people around. So I couldn't sing much. I couldn't sing much because there were other people in the house. So you have to think about the others as well. So I didn't sing for about three to 4 months.
Wow.
So and then, but I came to Cape Town just because I wanted to work, and work with my teacher as well, who stays this side. And so yeah, so now that I've started singing, like I'm very much motivated. And when you hear, because there were a lot of things that got cancelled, so
Right.
and then you sit there, you're like, oh word, that means I won't be singing for another 3 months, another 4 months, and then things kept being cancelled. And then, but now that I've started, singing again, I'm very hopeful for the future. And also, yeah, and just happy that I can get to sing again, so yeah.
Yeah, I think it's taken a lot of people a lot of time to just get back into the swing of singing.
Yeah.
And for
Yeah.
me, it was a similar experience. It's like, oh my gosh, now I can't go to make the money that I was making and things like that. But
Yeah.
the love of the art will always draw you back. And I'm glad that you
True.
have a chance to study with your teacher.
Yes. Yes. Yes,
That
which is
is
amazing. So
that is
I'm enjoying
amazing.
it.
Do you have other hobbies or passions?
I love reading. I love reading. Well, mostly reading like romance novels.
Me too.
Um,
Yes.
yeah, yes, that's me. I'm a hopeless romantic.
Hmm.
Oh gosh. And then what else? I love going to movies. Yeah, but although now, because we had a lot of restrictions this side, so we're not able to do much. So it has been just sitting at home binging on Netflix. So yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much what I like to do, like reading books and going out for movies and just taking walks. So that's me.
Yeah. We sound like the same person because I love a romance novel. It's just so good and so quick to read. I love
Yeah, yeah.
So I just finished a professional development program, and naturally technique is like one of those things that they, harp on like all the time. Is always technique, 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 which is important. But
It is.
it's difficult to really understand. Like, when you get it, you got it. And it's just
Yeah.
so, it's so personal and it's so in your body that, it's hard to translate to other people, but people are,
Mm-hmm.
they tell you about it all the time. What has your
Yeah.
journey been with your technique and like the uniqueness of your voice?
Um, I've struggled a lot because from university I've always sung more like just my natural voice and stuff, and it's only about after university that I actually started like working on technique, you know, because I found a teacher who actually works like solely on technique, you know, because obviously this side you don't get a lot of teachers who actually work on technique. So it's hard to find teachers who work on technique this side. But yeah, and with that, because my voice also changed a bit from when I was in university and after and post university. So yeah, it's been difficult actually. It's been difficult, you know, to finding the balance between, you know, what the teacher says, and then you know what they're saying, but you're like, but how am I supposed to do this, you know? And I struggled a lot. For me, I struggled a lot with coloratura, you know, doing coloratura, you know, and doing runs and everything. Like, and it was so weird because people were like, but you're a soprano, you're a lyric soprano, how come you don't know, oh, you don't know how to do runs? And I was like, guys, I have no idea how to do them. Like, I just want someone to explain, you know, you know, the how you do them, you know. And then it was only I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, or yeah, when I went to the Rossini festival, when I worked with one of the coaches there, and then because Rossini and runs is, you know, yeah. And so sorry, and so and so yeah, it was then that I actually was able to get, you know, the gist of how you actually you know, do runs. And yeah, and I'm still learning, you know. I find technique, you know, one can never really master technique, because in this art form of ours, you learn, each day you learn, you know. And also with I love working with different people, because I love I like to take things from people, you know, and then what works for me, and also what doesn't work, I just ignore, you know.
Yeah.
I just ignore, because yeah, I mean as a singer as well, you have to have some sort of knowledge about your voice and your capabilities, you know. And if whether or not I'm able to do this, or it works for my voice or not, it doesn't. So you have to choose, you have to pick and choose, you have to take what works for you and leave what doesn't. So that's what I do when it comes to technique, and when it comes to yeah, learning from coaches or teachers, or yeah, because at the very same time you have to have your own your own understanding of things and your own way of singing. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's like some other singer was talking about you have to be like your own coach, your own teacher,
Yeah.
just like knowing your
Yeah.
voice. And I think that is just a great lesson for
Yeah.
life and a great
Yeah.
lesson for opera.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yes.
know yourself, know your voice.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So what are you looking forward to in the future of your career?
Um, you know, I'd say when someone asks me that, I really, sometimes I struggle to answer that. But I mean, as like any other singer, any other young singer, you would say, you know, you want to I want to sing in all those big, you know, big stages, you know, where all those great singers sang, you know, and also work with you know, a well-known conductors, well-known directors, you know, and just get the full experience, you know, of this beautiful art form of ours. Yeah, but all in all, for me, it's just it's all about making music, you know, and just sharing my gift with the world, and hoping that they you know, they enjoy the experience as much as I do. And yeah, but then mainly for me, one of my goals is I would love to open an opera school in one of here back home, in one of those disadvantaged areas, so that to introduce, you know, opera, or opera, music or theater or drama or whatever, because I know that this side, most of the schools don't have those kinds of programs for kids. So mainly to allow young kids to experience, to experience theater. So that's one of the things that I would love to do in the future. So yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm so looking forward to this. I'm so looking forward to the school. That is so important, because I feel like the reason I love opera is because I was introduced to it. And it's really just that simple, because I had the opportunity. I was very blessed to have a high school teacher who was an opera singer, and that just set my life, on its track. So introducing children to opera is just so important, and that's how you create new opera
it is
lovers.
Exactly. It is.
So this is our last question. If you could write an opera, what would it be about?
Okay, well, I'm actually working on something, but I can't really say at the moment. But it's about it's about, well, empowered Black women, and just sharing the stories in the 21st century, so I because there are lots of stories to be told. I feel like I'm very excited about this project. So so soon, very soon. You'll know what it is, but it's something that's very very close to my heart, because it's a subject that's very I'm looking forward to that. So it's
I cannot wait to support this. Like, I cannot wait.
I'm hoping that it will get a lot of support. So because I think it's something that should be told you or heard. So yeah.
Oh, this is so exciting. It's so exciting. I'm wishing you the best on this project, that it comes to fruition
Thank
very,
you so
very
much.
soon. I cannot wait.
Thank you so much.
So where can people find you? How do they follow you? How do they get in contact with you?
I am on Instagram as Vuvu Mpofu, and also I'm on Facebook as Noluvuyiso Vuvu Mpofu. And also I have a page for Vuvu Mpofu, and also I have a website as well, which was done last year, I think, beginning of this year, last year. So also at vuvumpofu.com. So if people want to see what's happening in the future, or just want to listen to the music, me perform, so they can always go there. I'm not really. I don't post much, but I try to engage with people as much as possible, as much as I can also. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Like, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
With us today.
Thank you so much for having me.